how are folks expected to spend all day in meetings and then provide work that you talk about during the meeting? I'm in meetings doing work that other meetings are expecting me to do because I'm always in meetings. What?
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Y'all, we have an office meeting today, and everybody in the office is shitting bricks because we don't know what the meeting is about, okay? But we know there's been a lot of changes happening and a lot of things being implemented, and we know that there's been a lot of things being slipping through the cracks, but child, we don't know. So everybody just around there shitting bricks and shaking the table. And so then, y'all, they said, yeah, so the meeting is mandatory, and they told us, like, literally 2 hours before the meeting, and then they said, oh, lunch will be provided, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, perfect. So when I saw them come back in, the office managers, I was like, okay, well, can y'all make sure there's some vegetarian options because I don't eat meat? And when I was asking them, they was looking confused. And I'm like, why y'all looking confused? Y'all just sent us the notification for the meeting today, like literally 10 minutes ago. And she was like, oh, yeah, we're going to have sandwiches. And I'm like, okay, it's meat on sandwiches unless you get a veggie sandwich, something vegetarian or something. But child, I'll let y'all know how this meeting go. The meeting's going to be great. The meeting's going to be great.
I don't know whose idea it was at my job to have a Saturday morning meeting. Starts at 9 o'clock. You got to be there at 8:45. Listen, I've been waiting all day. I've been waiting all week for Friday to come so I can go hang out at night. Yeah, I'm hanging out. And now I have to wake up super early because I got to go to this meeting and I got to look presentable. Whose idea was this? Why? Can we get a choice?
I just got off a surprise mandatory meeting for my remote job, and I was thinking going into it, because there was no context, that it was like, oh, this is 100%. This is layoffs. You know what I mean? This is the worst thing on the planet. And we all get on just so one guy, there's 70 of us that get on this call. One guy can be like, I wanted you to hear it from me first. I'm going to be leaving the company. And it's like, why would you just send an email, man? Like, I'm sorry that you're leaving, but it's like you scared the hell out of us. And he was like, I just wanted you all to hear it from me first because I consider each and every one of you family. And it's like, dude, I've never seen your legs. Okay? Like, we're not that close. I'm sorry that you're leaving.
Hello everyone, it's Jennifer, the Diva Nurse, telling it like it is and answering a question about those mandatory meetings that are on your days off or in the middle of the day when you're a night shift employee and would otherwise be sleeping. In almost 19 years, I don't fucking go to them because I am not paid to be on call, which means show up whenever the fuck they want on my days off, because my agreement was to work this day, these hours, this shift, not the others. So you want to have a meeting, you want me to have information for whatever it is you're wanting to transpire, then plan multiple meetings to accommodate all your staff. Your staff shouldn't be required to accommodate your management time of 8 to fucking 5. You want night shift to be part of that meeting? Take your ass up there at night and hold the meeting.
There are people, and it's the same kind of people. It's the same persons, and it's the same type of people. There are certain people, I have been actively trying to beat y'all to the hang up button. Beat y'all to the end call button. Get there before you do to the little X in the corner where the tabs are. Y'all are too quick. Y'all are too ready to end the conversation. It is triggering me. It's triggering me. Have a great day. Click. You that busy?
I don't think there's anything worse than people that don't know how to respect other people's times. Like, anybody that's in corporate knows that you plan your work around the meetings that you have. And so by the time you have your meeting, you can actually pay attention in the meeting and not have to be doing work. while you're in the meeting. So anyway, I was rushing to get something done so that I could have it done before this meeting. And then I get to the meeting and then the person I'm supposed to be meeting with doesn't show up. I wait 10 minutes. I feel like that's more than enough. And then I message them, I email them. I'm like, hey, they're nowhere to be found. So anyway, that's my rant of my Friday morning. Please don't be rude and disrespect people's times. Thank you.
Welcome to this episode of Rants. Rants, okay? Rants. Okay, so basically, I'm at work. Whoop-de-doo, okay? And then work is cool and all, but I've just been noticing that, man, there are so many meetings during my workday. Like, it's okay to have lots of meetings, but it's also not okay because how am I supposed to get work done? You know? So, for example, today morning, I have had meetings from the moment I started work until now. So it's been like 4 back-to-back meetings, and with like a 15-minute break. I don't even count that because I was mentally preparing for the next meeting. And it just makes me so tired because, one, I work remote and I'm just getting Zoom fatigue. Zoom fatigue is a thing because if you're constantly looking at a screen, you're constantly talking to people, you're gonna get fatigued. But then it never happens that way in person. Like, I've gone to office in person. I don't go that much because I'm remote. It's a hybrid system. But when I go in person, I don't feel that way. I don't feel like fatigued. You know, sometimes I'll have back-to-back meetings, but I'm seeing people in person. I mean, I feel tired for sure. There's the social batteries draining, but I don't feel like fatigued. I don't feel like exhausted. So I don't know, man. Like, I'm just so tired of it. And it's like, man, how come I don't feel fatigued or exhausted when I'm talking to people in person about the same thing, but on Zoom, I'm talking to the same people but same thing. I am exhausted. Okay, also, 3 hours of back-to-back meetings, jail. Because why? Why? You know, I'm not even at the management level. I can't imagine the manager's schedule. Because they got meetings, they got back-to-back. And then it's like, when do you get work done? When am I supposed to get work done? I don't get it. How am I supposed to get work done if all I got are meetings? You know, I mean, I don't have too many meetings, but some days it's just sometimes it's a whole day of meetings. And I'm like, how do you expect me to get work done if I got all these meetings? I'm just like so tired. And now, you know, I've had these back-to-back meetings and I'm like, man, I don't want to do anything now. I need a break. I need an hour break. I need 2 lunch breaks. I'm just tired. So am I demotivated now? Am I not enjoying my job? I don't know. I mean, I like my job, but I'm just like, I'm just so tired. I'm so tired of it, dude. It's like, why are there so many meetings? Sometimes some of the meetings can really be a Slack message. It really can be. And I'm like, what is going on? Why do we have Slack message meetings? Why? Anyways, I just want to know, what is up with corporate and meetings? Why do we always have to meetings all the time? How am I supposed to, like I said in the 2 clips ago, how am I supposed to get work done when I got all these meetings? Like, sometimes it'll be a blessing in disguise when I have maybe a good amount of hours to get work done. I'm like, no meetings, all right, we can finally get work done. And then sometimes where are these meetings? Why? I'm just so tired of it. I'm just trying to get my work done. But I also don't want to do work, but I have to work. I will do my work, but I'm also just tired of it. So I don't know. You tell me.
Okay, corporate, you tell me. Anyway, speaking of work, I will now go back to work. But thank you for listening to this Rask rant. Hope you can relate. Okay, bye.
Okay, my coworker just showed me this app and I fear it has changed my life. Whenever you have a meeting, you just tap new minutes, start audio recording, and it's going to record everything that's being said in the meeting. Once the meeting is over, just tap to stop, hit transcribe and summarize, give it a second just to load. And then you have perfectly organized notes. They're super detailed. There's headers, there's bullet points, there's even timestamps. You can use the chat feature and say, like, what did they say at the end of the meeting? It'll fill you in so you never miss a beat.
That app is called Meetings AI, and I think that it is one of the best apps for recording meeting notes. I have not tried it yet, but I might try it out in the future and just see how well it works. But feel free to try it out and let me know in the comment section down below. A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Literally, why are we here? I can't. I've had it.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
I'm so tired. I just got off work, and of course they decide to have a meeting this early in the morning.
Right.
It is no respect for night shift.
At all.
No respect for night shift ever. I can't.
Excuse me? Is there something you would like to say to everyone? I see a lot of chatter going on.
I'm just tired. You know, I just got off, and of course we have a meeting this early in the morning, mandatory meeting. I can be at home sleep because I have to be back here tonight. And it's just funny that we're having a meeting about things that could just be emailed really quick. We can read that, a mass email would be perfect. And that this is a mandatory meeting, and it's important that we be fully staffed here, but when we're working on the unit, it's always short staffed. And the rare amount of times that it's fully staffed on a unit, someone always gets floated away. And I'm just wondering if someone's going to get floated from this meeting to another meeting because there's so many of us here, But I'm done. You can continue the meeting. I'm sorry. Sorry for interrupting.
Have y'all ever been invited to a meeting at work and you don't want to go to the meeting because you've been in so many meetings, you have so much work to do, you don't have time to go to a meeting, but you're afraid that if you don't go to the meeting, the people in the meeting will break something that you'll later have to fix because you weren't in the meeting. So you decide to go ahead and go to the meeting, but because you've been in so many meetings, you're half listening and you're multitasking and you're task switching. And by the end of the meeting, you realize you didn't hear anything that was said. And now you're wondering, did they break something during that meeting that you weren't paying attention to because you were too busy doing other things because you're always in meetings? And now you're wondering if there has to be another meeting. Or is it just me?
I was on a 2-hour Zoom meeting the other day. 2 hours in a Zoom call. In a meeting on a Zoom call. See, my brain is fried. No one should ever hold a meeting that's 2 hours long. What are we doing? Unless you're holding a 2-hour meeting to inform me in great detail that you are giving me millions of dollars or a house or something, I'm out. No one on planet Earth in their right mind wants to have a 2-hour meeting. Okay? Stop it, corporate America. Stop it. It's not okay. Also, I have a lopsided office chair, right? I was leaning to the right the whole meeting. Okay? My body hurts. Thank you for coming to my Unhinged TED Talk.
Part 2 of my job pissing me. Like, I have to go get my phone to read you this email. One second. Email reads at 7:06 p.m. Mandatory all-store meeting. 8:45 a.m. on a Sunday. 8:45 a.m. on a Sunday. And like, what's really annoying is that she sent it talking about, oh, sorry for the late notice. No, you're not. As a manager, you don't just stumble upon these things like mandatory meetings at the last minute. I don't understand why it's so hard for managers to just let their team know, like, Monday, hey guys, we have a mandatory meeting next week Sunday at 8:45 a.m. And she owed me coffee today. Didn't get that from me. And we talked about it yesterday. Like, I'm annoyed.
What's the point of having meetings? Can't you just send us what you need to tell us through email? Save us all the time in the world. Why the fuck do I gotta get up at 9 a.m. to hear about some shit that I don't even care about? Does that sound like right to y'all? I don't sound right to me. Fuck meetings.
As for me, I hate long meetings. What's the point of an hour meeting, 2 hour meeting? For what? What's the point? Stop wasting our time. We still have work to do. Stop wasting our time. Send an email, a mass email. Stop wasting our time. A 2 hour meeting, like for what? I really hate meetings, honestly. I hate them. But if you do need to have a meeting, please keep it brief, keep it short and sweet, just straight to the point, and that's it.
PSA for everyone that works from home or is a remote worker. A lot of you don't seem to know video conferencing etiquette, so I'm gonna break it down for you. You should never call someone out of the blue. Today I decided to take a pee break, God forbid. I'm sitting there and I hear ding, ding, ding. I run to my desk. I don't even know who's all gonna be on the call. Oh, turns out my skip level was on there. Thanks for the heads up. You're not gonna call someone out for not being on video at 8 in the fucking morning. I think it's a little crazy that as adults, we have to explain why we don't wanna be on video that day. People type in the chat, oh sorry, eating breakfast, can't hop on. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't need to see your ugly face. You certainly don't need to see mine at 8 in the morning. We've been remote for literally over 4 years now. Like, let's get it together, people.
I'm sorry, but I just need a rant for a minute. I hate these Teams meetings so much. Like, I know I'm gonna say tons of stupid shit, but now you invited a whole bunch of people to sit around and watch me awkwardly on mute while I make a complete ass of myself. Like, it's so bad because I'm not an idiot. So why can't I stop saying such dumb fucking shit? And one more thing, like shutting off picture-in-picture so I can't play Tetris while I listen to you talk about your invoices is actually just cruel.
I have a controversial point of view about meetings at work. Do not schedule meetings if it's just for an update. Instead, send an email. Only schedule meetings if you actually have something to discuss. But is that a salty point of view? Let me know what you think in the comments.
You know those people who struggled and are like, because I struggled, I want my kids to learn the hard way and learn a lesson like I had to? I think those people are weird. Like, I think they're so weird. I want my kids to experience the exact opposite of struggle. And no, I'm not saying they don't need to learn things. But because I struggled, I don't want them to struggle. I don't care. You call it what you want. Call it spoiled. Then maybe my kids are spoiled like milk. But I'm telling you right now, everything I do is so my kids don't have to struggle.
Okay, I need y'all to tell me if I'm just being an asshole. And I might just be being an asshole. That's why I'm asking for external feedback. Okay, at my job, we have this weekly meeting. Every Wednesday, we go to this meeting. It's about an hour and 30 minutes. And basically, in this meeting, we talk about everything that's happening on our team, our side of operations as a whole. And people can put in different issues. We also go over the team's metrics, things that are supposed to be tracked, yada, yada, yada. Now, honestly, I think the metrics need to be broken out of this in the first place. We'll start with that. The metrics should not be a part of this meeting. This should be an issue resolution meeting, and then there should be a metric meeting where separately the leaders, the people responsible for those metrics, because everybody in this meeting is not responsible for a metric, but the other people should not be in that meeting, and we should just have a separate meeting once a week where we talk about the metrics. This meeting should be for the team as a whole to go through issues. All we do is discuss issues. It's all we talk about are the issues, because on average there is somewhere between 10 to 15 issues that need to be discussed every week. And because of these metrics, and because oftentimes things that should be held in separate meetings end up lumped in here because this is the only meeting we have as a team, take up the vast majority of the time. So what ends up happening is these issues just keep getting pushed back and back and back. We have issues that we didn't touch today in our meeting that have been sitting there as issues for well over 3 weeks now, over a month at this point. And I brought up that these meetings are unproductive and wasteful of my time. And I was told that made me seem like not a team player. And I said, but this isn't a team meeting. We're not getting to the team's issues. We're literally wasting 40 minutes of the time discussing things that could have been better held in its own individual meeting with an agenda, with a plan,
with a thought process put into it before the meeting, rather than taking up the very valuable hour and a half where we're all sitting in the same room, where we should be addressing whole issues that affect everybody instead of talking about one specific person not meeting their metrics. That is something that needs to be addressed in a metric check-in, which can be done weekly, not something that needs to be discussed in front of everybody, especially people who are going to check out and not participate in that discussion. That is a waste of the hour and a half that we're sitting together. And they were like, well, of course we're not going to get to every issue. I said, but we should. That's the point. The expectation is now set that we're not going to get to every issue, even though that's what the point of this meeting is to get to the issues. Am I being aggressive? Am I being an asshole? Like, somebody help me here. Please, please. I need feedback because I don't think I'm being an asshole, but they think I'm being an asshole. And I just need to know if I'm wrong.
When it comes to work meetings, I highly suggest you save your questions for the end. Because I was exhausted today. I was in back-to-back meetings that had presenters talking about a variety of different topics at work today. One was about Gen Z research, trends in the industry that I'm in. One was about data and analytics. Like, it was a lot, just meetings. Like, everybody thought today would be the perfect day to have meetings, which is fine because I love to learn, right? I learned a lot today. But why are there people that continuously in a meeting interrupt the presenter to ask questions? Like, I feel a part of it is because they want to be seen, because we have a new director, so they're like, oh, I'm gonna make myself known, and oh my god, I have a great question. But it's really annoying because most of the time the presenter is like, oh, let me get to the next slide. I address that in the later slide for the sake of time. Like they don't want to hear. Like, save your questions for the end, like I do. I write down my questions and then ask them.
Yeah. You know what? Hell yeah.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.